Hi everybody! Today we're going to have a look at catenation in English. Let's start with an example straight away. An apple. Now you might be wondering, what does that mean? I've never heard of the word napple. Indeed, napple doesn't exist, but apple does. Really what we said was an apple. But in fast speech, the n joins with the a in apple. So what we have here is consonant vowel linking, and that is exactly what catenation is all about. We have the last sound of the first word, and we have a consonant here, and it's joining with the next sound, a vowel from the following word. And wherever we have a consonant and a vowel across a word boundary, we link them together, and that's what catenation is all about. So instead of an apple, we have an apple, an apple. Might even just sound to you like one word instead of two. So we could define catenation as one of the ways in which speakers join words together. Sometimes we also just call it linking, but linking, we have a lot of different ways of linking, and catenation is a specific form of linking. And so specifically, we have the first word ending in a consonant sound, and the second word starting with a vowel sound. And whenever that is the case, we're going to link the consonant and the vowel together, and that is called catenation, and there's no pause in between. Now, sometimes it almost sounds like the consonant from the first word has now moved over to the second word, and it's not an apple like one word, but an apple like two words, and that n, the consonant, has moved over to the second word. So I've given you already this example of an apple. Let's have a look at some more examples. Here we have start and up. Now again, the first word ends in the consonant t, and the next word starts with the vowel sound and so we link start up, and the up really sounds like tup. Start up, t and a link together. So instead of start up, you probably hear something sounding like start up, start up. Here is another example, call and out. Call ends in the consonant l, and out starts with the diphthong ow. And together, call out, call out. So really the out almost sounds like lout, call out. And you've probably noticed that my two examples were verbs with particles, and those are really called phrasal verbs. And we have many phrasal verbs in English that contain examples of catenation. So that means they end in a consonant, and the particle following, could be a preposition or an adverb, starts with a vowel sound. And so really we have consonant vowel linking here called catenation. Let's have a look at some more examples. So we have look up, and the k and the a join together. And I've tried to give you examples with lots of different consonant sounds. So we have k, t, p, d, f, v, m, s. Of course, there are more consonants and more examples, but I think this is quite a good list to get you started. So let's listen to what this sounds like. Look up, look up. And again, up almost sounds like cup. Then we have set out, and out almost sounds like tout, set out, set out. Then we have bump into, bump into, bump into, pin to. That is obviously not a word in English, but it does really sound like that because we link the p and the I together. Then we have not off, not off. Now I think because not is such a short word, really this sounds now like one word, not off, not off. And the off sounds more like doff, not off. Now if you don't know what not off means or any of the other, please look them up in a dictionary. They're very common phrasal verbs. Then we have beef up, beef up. And the up sounds like fub. And then we have gave in and come up. Now those are important because you might think, wait, they don't end in a consonant, they end in a vowel. Well, only in the spelling, but the final E in both of the words is silent. So really gave ends in V, and that is a consonant, and come ends in a nasal, and that's also a consonant sound. So we have gave in, and the last part sounds like vin now. And then we have come up, mup, come up. And then last but not least, we have cross off. And the off almost sounds like soft, cross off. So these are some examples. There are many, many more phrasal verbs where you will have linking between consonant and vowel sounds. But these are some examples. Let's have a look at some more examples. Catenation is not restricted to just phrasal verbs. Of course, it can happen in any other word boundary case where we have a consonant followed by a vowel. So here are a few more examples. So we have, oh, stop it. And between stop and it, we have linking, and that almost makes the it sound like pit. Oh, stop it, stop it. And then we have, he's had it last. Maybe you're looking for something like a mobile phone. Where is it? He's had it last. And between had and it, had it, had it. He's had it last. He's had it last. And really here I feel it sounds like one word. Had it last. Next we have gave and a. She gave a speech, gave a, and that definitely is linked together. It sounds like one word, gave a. She gave a speech, gave a. And then we have, he's driving his own car, his own car. And last but not least, we have each and every one, and between and every, again, we have linking, catenation, and every, and every almost sounds like devry, and every, each and every one. So next to my examples, I've written down what I think it sounds like in spelling, not in phonemic transcript, because I thought this might be easier for everyone who's learning English. If you don't know phonemic transcript, that would be difficult to read. So I wrote it down as if it was spelled this way. So these are some examples of consonant vowel linking. Now, what is the problem with this? Well, first of all, for learners of English, it's really difficult to hear individual words because they link together. Sometimes they just sound like one long word. And that means when you listen to English, decoding what you hear becomes hard because of catenation. You might think, I don't know what they're saying. But also because often other features of connected speech are often present too. Let's have a look at some examples. Here we have a sentence, we talked it over and over. And so here we don't just have catenation, we actually have other features of connected speech. First of all, the examples of catenation, we have talked it. So we have a t and an I joining, talked it. And then we have and over and dover and dover. So two examples of linking already in the sentence. However, we have more than that. So let's have a look here. The end will most likely appear in its weak form, an, and over for a non-rhotic speaker like myself. Usually the r is silent, but we have linking here. Linking R, it's also called intrusive R or sometimes liaison. And so actually we have a couple of features here coming together, and the end over sounds like an over, an over. So very different compared to saying the words on their own individually. So this sentence really sounds like we talked it over and over. Very different. Again, I tried to write it down as if it was spelled this way, showing all these features of connected speech. We talked it over and over. So, oops, you might think, oh, how am I ever going to learn English? Don't worry, you'll get used to this, but it's important to listen to English a lot. And personally, I think listening to English with the subtitles, with a transcript, is perfect for learning more about connected speech and for becoming more familiar with the sounds of English. Here is one more example of different features of connected speech. So we have, is he busy? Now, here we have two things happening. First of all, he in connected speech, quite often we drop the H. This is called H dropping. It means it's lost. And so then we have S followed by E. Now that's again catenation, linking from consonant to vowel sound. And so the is he becomes isy. And really, it sounds like Izzy busy. You think, I've never heard of a person called Izzy busy. Maybe there is. Izzy is usually the short version of Isabel. So Izzy busy, really, it means is he busy? So here is a challenge for you. What is wrong with this patient? Have a look. Here's a conversation between a doctor and his patient. The doctor says, "Where does it hurt?" And the patient answers, "Doc, I've got toothache, an earache, sore eyes, bruised darms, a stomach ache, and I fart all the time." Now you have to say it a bit faster. Pause the video, say it fast to yourself, and you'll figure out what is wrong with this patient. And then make sure you leave your answers in the comment section below, and I promise to get back to you to check them all. Now some of you might wonder, okay, so what about vowel-vowel linking? Is this also called catenation? No. This exists in English by all means, but it usually involves the added sounds r, w, and y, and it's called liaison or intrusion. And if you'd like to learn more about those examples of linking in English, then please check out my other videos. You can find them all on my channel, and I'll also link to them in the description box below. Now, if you have any more questions about linking, any of the examples I gave you, or any other topic to do with pronunciation, please leave me a question below.